Hey everybody, this is Captain Frugal reporting for duty, giving you my weekly comic book review. So sit back and enjoy. Alright everybody, for those of you that know the drill, I go over a bunch of comic books for the week that I chose to read. Now I didn't have time to read everything, so if I missed something you think I should have read, let me know in the comments below. Also, you may disagree with me on some of my choices. If that's the case, that's alright. Let me know below. Let's just try to keep it civil. My goal is to bring back the old schoolyard days, where we would be in discussing what hero could beat who or what comic book was good and not. And I come armed with my trusty notes, so you'll hear the paper rattle because I do it a little bit old school. I do my grading on a scale of 0 through 10, 7 being average as a 70%. So I'm using schoolyard grading. But that's not all. I also use the League of Comics Geeks to give you other people's views as well as a brief overview of the comic book as well. So let's jump right in. Well, welcome back to my weekly comic book review, everybody. This one's a little different. There wasn't a whole lot out there due to delays and just wasn't much good out there. It really does remind me of your mom. It's just short, not too impressive. So with that said, just jokes, don't get pissed at me. Let's start with The Amazing Spider-Man, where League of Comics Geeks gave it a 164 out of 203, liking it with a 3.6 average rating. Yeah, a little bit surprising. I gave it a 7.5, which is more than I expected, because Amazing Spider-Man has been an absolute crap book. The writer is Joe Kelly, artist is Cafu. The cover of this one was, the regular cover is by a different artist, of course, one of my favorite artists for Spider-Man. Really good cover, I think, and there's some decent alternate covers, but nothing great. We're still in the 8 deaths of Spider-Man saga here, and I'm just not a big fan of this overall storyline. So you might be going, how did I give it a 7.5? Well, first of all, it was good art in this one, and I really like the cover. Not a fan of the war story, as I said there, but what makes this one different is Peter is looking through and watching everybody he knows pass away and realizes that he's powerless to stop it. And so that's attacking him mentally and making him think that no matter what he does, it really doesn't have any impact at all. So what he's doing ultimately is going to lead to failure. So this is an interesting one. It's a little bit of a different twist. That's why I think I liked this issue as opposed to the rest of this crappy story. Now let's shift gears to the Transformers issue number 16. 241 out of 245 liked it with a 4.4 average rating on League of Comics Geeks. I gave the book an 8. So not as high as them, but still a very respectable score there. We have the writer Daniel Warren Johnson, the artist is George Corona. Now this has been a really interesting series. This is one I think, even if you're not a Transformers fan, you can really get into. We have a lot of great characters. We have Cliff Jumper, Optimus Prime, Soundwave, Starscream, Thundercracker, RC, Astrotrain, Beachcomber, Prowl, and even more. This has been a really interesting series. We get Warpath in this too, so good stuff. Decent art. There's definitely some good story progression here as well. And yes, they're going to be building a new Transformer, so they're taking the parts from Cliff Jumper's friends that passed away, and they're going to use them to create a new Transformer. I'm wondering which Transformer this is going to be. What's your guess? What's the Transformer going to be? And at the end, yes, we're getting to see Megatron is coming back. He's getting himself pieced back together. Is he going to be able, though, to stop the Decepticon infighting? Man, these Decepticons have all turned on each other and are fighting each other. My guess is he's going to come in and scare them all straight. But that's my view. I'm enjoying this series, and I think you will too, even if you're not a diehard Transformers fan. Hey guys, today's video is sponsored by My Wallet. Yeah, I'm not trying to push any kind of wallet or pimp any wallet out. What I mean is it's sponsored by my personal wallet and the cash that comes out of it to pay for these things. If you want to help with this, you can hit like, subscribe, that notification bell. Those are great ways to get started. But if you find yourself in a position where you can help the channel more, we have a Patreon and a subscribe star down below that you can click on those links. And for as little as $1 a month, you'll have special videos and things to just you, music that you can get, Or maybe if you wanted to, a one-time donation just to help out, we have a Streamlabs link down below. Or we also have, if you go to the Patreon shop, you could buy a song for like $3. I wish I could put them a little lower, but that's the minimum they allow for that. So there's lots of options. Sometimes you might even see an Amazon link. If you want to buy anything through Amazon, click on my link first, then go through there. That'll give you a couple pennies possibly that way too as well. So there's lots of ways you can help out the channel, because without you, it would not be possible. So thank you everybody, and let's get back to the video.
The next book I want to talk about is going all into DC with Batman and Robin issue number 17, where 153 out of 162 liked it with a 4.1 average rating on League of Comics Geeks, and I give this book a strong 7.5. The writer is Philip Kennedy Johnson, and the artist is Carmen D. Giamadincio, and Javier Fernandez, which I know I butcher these names. Please don't at me there. Despite the questioning of Scarecrow about the recent plague of Memento killings, Batman just doesn't have enough information. So Batman must fight his way through an all-scale breakout at Arkham. But what's going on here? Can Batman get through, and does Batman need help? Yes, he does. And will the Boy Wonder be there to help him? Yes, but it causes some rifts. I think this is interesting because we're actually getting some more story depth and change to Damian, so the Damian haters might enjoy this. And just for the record, I was a Damian hater. I'm not a uber fan of Damian. He's not even my favorite Robin. But I do enjoy him more now that they've put some more depth in him. So Batman gets gassed in this, and is he going to be able to move on from this? Yeah, we know he's made it through the Scarecrow gas and everything before, but he's on his own a little bit. He needed help, and Oracle calls in somebody because she realizes Batman needs some help here. And who does she call in? The Red Hood. So after this issue, I'm looking forward to the next issue, seeing how Batman and the Red Hood can get along. Good art, good story. If you enjoy Batman and Robin, I think you're going to like this issue, but I would recommend don't start here. You'd have to go back to the start of this storyline with Memento. All right, let's try something new. Let's try the Champions. No, just want to look at the cover of this book. I knew I was out. No, thank you. Pass. Let's go to DC Vampires World War V, issue number 6, where 71 out of 78 liked it with a 4 average rating on League of Comics Geeks, and I gave it a 7.9, so really close to what they gave. The writer is Joey Espiotos. I butchered it, I'm sorry. As well as Matthew Rosenberg, and there's his Otto Schmidt and Pascal. I don't know which. I do not have any meanness, by the way, when I do these. So we're back to another Elseworld tale here. With the truce is over and the war is here, both sides have broken the vampire-human truce. Green Arrow, Damian Wayne, and the rest of the heroes bring the fight to Batgirl and her blood-sucking army. With the world on a collision course with total destruction, a new foe enters the fray. And then they're on the hunt for Mr. Miracle, which doesn't look like he survives this issue, but who knows. Boy, we get to see some more Jaina. We haven't seen Jaina in a while, and she's utilizing Zan's powers. I thought that was kind of cool. But the big thing is at the end of this book. Because remember, you got to remember who Mr. Miracle is, right? And who's his family. Because we get a new character entering this storyline, none other than Darkseid. Yeah, I think things are going to get pretty cool. And he's pretty much been said, hey, your son's dead. So he's like, oh, really? So I have no reason but to destroy this world. So it's getting cool. It's getting interesting. If you haven't been checking this series out, you might like it. If you're not into Elseworld stuff, I get it. If you're sick of vampire stuff, I get it. Me, I just tend to love vampire stuff for some reason, especially video games. But hey, it's just me. That's what I read. It really was a short week this week. Not a whole lot there, but that's okay. They don't all need to be long ones. Well, your mom might say otherwise, but sorry about the jokes. Don't get mad at me. But you know what? In all seriousness, there's a lot of rough stuff going on in California and other places. Let's keep those people in our hearts. If we like them or not, doesn't really matter. Really, let's try to bring some joy and happiness to this world. And I'm going to be personally praying for those families that lost their homes. No matter if I like them or their political views or they hate me or not, I'm going to be praying for them and wishing the best for them. And I hope that you have it in your hearts to wish people well too. Thank you everybody for your time. Thank the people that help support this channel through Patreon and Subscribe Star. Without them, this channel would not be possible. Thank you everybody. Until next time, keep it frugal.